The Reds follow Dani Olmo. Liverpool's midfield transfer targets continue to increase day by day. The Reds have increased their interest in alternative candidates, as the Mason Mount target has had some snags in recent days. It appears that Liverpool is monitoring the availability of Red Bull Leipzig's Dani Olmo. According to the latest information, the Reds are following the 25-year-old player along with Arsenal and Newcastle United. Representatives of the Merseyside team reportedly watched the Spaniard in the Spaniards' 3-1 victory at the Allianz Arena. According to German sources, the Germans want to keep him at the club. However, the midfielder's current contract expires in 2024. So he was offered an ultimatum. It is either renewed or set aside for an amount of around €30 million this summer. After confirming the departures of Roberto Firmino, Naby Keita, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, and James Milner, Olmo could be the first step in this restructuring to return the Reds to next year's Champions League qualifiers. So is Dani Olmo good enough to play at Liverpool level? The quarterback has made 29 appearances in all competitions this season and has scored 14 goals in an effervescent and productive campaign. His profile fits exactly the trait Liverpool lack in midfield. A complex and technical effect that can link defense and offense. According to FBref, the £70,000 a week star makes 24 progressive passes per game. It also ranks in the top 90% of Europe's top leagues among its positional peers for successful picks and assists per 90 minutes. Such figures see the Spaniard likened to James Maddison by the statistics website. Maddison was also a player associated with the Reds in previous months. The Leicester City player has been a rare glowing beacon in a hopelessly disappointing season for the Foxes. Like Olmo, he made 13 shots per game. He also placed in the top 90 percentile for progressive passes per 90 minutes. He manages to be the link player between defense and offense. Both players mentioned have a keen eye for passes that split the defense. Competent dribblers and indispensable wheels in their side's creative flow. However, perhaps more impressive for Olmo, and why Liverpool are considering him, is his frightening versatility, which has put him out in the centre fields, right and left wing. Julian Nagelsmann thinks the German star is an extraordinary football player and adds, he has outstanding skills and is very safe with the ball. When under pressure, he knows how to provoke a foul, he said. This view was echoed by Pep Guardiola, who described the former Barcelona starlet as incredible. As the race for Mason Mount intensifies and the Englishman is reportedly opting for a transfer to Manchester United, Olmo represents a cheaper and more accessible alternative with a magical skill set and the necessary experience to succeed. It is quite logical that Liverpool gave their intensity to this transfer. Jürgen Klopp is set to make the final decision on the midfielder who may leave Liverpool. Jürgen Klopp has announced that Fabio Carvalho may go on loan next season. But the manager has no plans yet to let the midfielder go. The Reds' midfield will have a new look next season. Indeed, Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, Naby Keita and James Milner will be leaving the club in the summer. Milner, in particular, is a player the Reds would like to replace in the first team. The 37-year-old has made 30 appearances in the Premier League this season. So with a fixture of the departing side and a few other assets, it would come as no surprise that the Reds were well recruited in the centre of the park. A number of midfield options were discussed for the summer. Jude Bellingham was the top name on this list before Klopp's side stepped down and prioritised a more comprehensive restructuring. This shows that there will be a team coming to the team this summer, and it will not be surprising if the priority is the midfield. Ryan Gravenberch, João Palhinha, and Alexis Mac Allister are names associated with the Anfield team. Therefore, the midfielder may look almost unrecognisable next season. There may also be more changes coming soon. Indeed, Klopp has suggested that Carvalho, one of his last midfield signings, could be out the door. I think there's a possibility that Fabio will go on loan, but we'll see, he said. No actor has impressed me more than Fabio, that's the truth. His work ethic will make him a great career. I've never seen his reaction to not playing in a row, he said. Indeed, Carvalho sat on the bench for most of the season. He has only played 13 times in the Premier League so far, and only 4 of those matches have come from the start. We don't have any plans on loan, we want to keep them if we can give them the opportunity to play, Klopp said. While the manager suggests he doesn't want to let Carvalho go, the fact that he's entertaining the idea suggests there will be a reason to keep it going for a while. Indeed, a move would be the best course of action if he doesn't line up for minutes next season. Klopp may not be able to guarantee him many minutes if he hits the targets he wants. Carvalho's role hasn't been huge this season, and the midfield will soon be filled with even more quality. Therefore, Carvalho's duration may remain the same. The midfielder is clearly a good asset, so Klopp doesn't want to see him leave on loan. However, if instead of continuing to sit on the bench, regular minutes on another team can definitely be a good thing for his development. Because it seems difficult right now to force login to account for consistent starts. Carvalho put in an impressive performance before he came from Fulham. They won the championship with Fulham and he managed to be one of the architects of it. He hasn't been able to stand out in Liverpool, however, and a loan deal to get him back in shape during the summer could prove very beneficial for both sides. A new star is born in Liverpool. Jürgen Klopp has confirmed that 17-year-old winger Ben Doak is once again training with the Liverpool ace. Doak has experienced hype since arriving from Celtic last year, making 5 appearances for the senior team. And today, after being asked which teenager caught his attention at the pre-Southampton press conference, Klopp raved about the jet-heeled team. "I'm Doak, obviously. He's making good signs," said the Liverpool boss. "He was with us again in training. Special kid, he's really confident. There's something that no one else really offers, that kind of dribbling, that kind of downright bravery. He's technically really good, high speed, super promising. But he's so young," he said. With a full pre-season to impress Klopp, we hope to see a lot more of Doak in 2023, 2024, and beyond. Ben Doak is gearing up for his Europa League chance. Liverpool's failure to qualify for next year's Champions League will not be viewed positively by many at Anfield. But one person who can stand to benefit is Doak. Klopp reportedly plans to give the Scottish player plenty of game time in the opening stages of the competition. To be fair to Doak, maybe he's good enough to expect the same treatment no matter what trophy Liverpool are fighting for. As Jürgen mentioned, he's definitely performed effectively whenever he's pitched this season. But it appears that he has yet to be trusted and even has something to learn in the Champions League. In Europe's secondary competition, there will be slightly less danger for Liverpool. As a result, it could prove to be an excellent breeding ground for the likes of Doak and Stefan Bajcetic to hone their skills. From what we've seen so far about the Scottish prospect, it's good enough to cause some problems. It's rare to see such a direct, fast-paced player who can combine speed with quick thinking and technical quality. Klopp clearly thinks so too. He has always been a manager who will trust and play with young players if he thinks they are good enough. In Ben's case, he seems to have no doubt that it is.